Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be making a hexagon cardigan. I'm going to be using the Super Saver stripes in fruity stripes. I think I'm going to need about 4 of these to make the hexagon cardigan. Let's get started. And I'm going to be using a size 5 and usual scissors and darning needle. For our hexagon, we need to make 2 of the same. So we'll start off, because I don't like the magic circle, I always chain. Put my slip knot there. Chain 4. Oh, you can hear my belly rumbling. And slip into the first, chain 2. That'll be classed as your first double crochet, and we're going to do 6 sets of 3 clusters. So we're going to, if you look down to your, in the middle of the circle, we're going to go in this first one there, not there because that's the end of the chain, but once we, it's just there right at the bottom, and as we go around, by the time you get to our 6th cluster, this hole will have grown, and if we crochet over our ends, then that'll make it easier to tighten up. And then we'll chain 2, that'll be our corners, and crochet 3 double crochets into the center, chain 2, 3 double crochets for our 3rd set of clusters, chain 2, pull over a little bit. Just love this yarn. I've already made nearly, well, 1/2 of the cardigan. 1 2 3 4, chain 2, you've got 3 double crochet, and once you get the hang of doing these hexagon cardigans, so easy and so pretty, and you can just do so many variations of colours. So tail end. And then the last one. 1 2 and 3, chain 2, just pull some more yarn out, and then we're going to slip into that 3rd chain up, just there. We'll close up the ring, and I like to, well, it's the same colour, so if I land on the same colour I'll always turn, because you've got this gap, and this is where your first cluster will be of the corner. So that's going to count as your first one, and then you'll do another double crochet, chain 2, and then into the same gap 3 double crochets, 2 3, we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to skip to the next corner, the next gap, sorry, which will be a corner, double crochet 3 times, chain 2, and double crochet 3 times again. I'm going to chain 1. I'm going to jump to the next gap. This yarn as well, it's so nice, it's nice and thick, and because I'm using a 5 needle, it keeps it nice and tight together. Chain 2 and into the same gap, 3 double crochet, chain 1 into the next gap, chain 2 into the, as for the corner space, 3 double crochet, so that's 1, 2, 3 done. I've got another 3 to do. You can carry on as we're going. So into these, each gap we're going to do 3 double crochet, 2 chain, 3 double crochet, and I will meet you round at the end. So we get the end of that first round, we're going to just chain 1 and pop into the top of that first leg, the chain, and we are going to slip stitch into there, chain 2, chain 3 and turn. So that is your first little round, and then for this round we're going to pop one in the gap in the middle. So you have 1 extra cluster in every round. Well, it'll be 2 after this. So I'm going to do 3 into the corner space again, chain 2 and 3 into the corner space again. I'm going to chain 1, and then that would be the flat side. So you've got it, there's your flat, there's your corner, there's your flat. So on every flat in that little gap we'll be putting a cluster, and as you work, and you'll see it because it just pulls apart. So double crochet 3 times into the center gap, then we're coming up to the corner again, so we chain 1, and I am chaining 1 on with this yarn because it's thicker, so it would be too tight if I didn't. So chain 1 and then 3 double crochets into that corner, chain 2 and 3 double crochet again. Chain 1 and then into the center we're going to do 1 cluster, chain 1, and we're back to the another corner, 1, 2, 3 double crochet, 2 chain and 3 double crochet. Chain 1, I'm hoping that you're catching on and I'm not making you too confused. Chain 1, and it won't lie flat because it's not meant to, because we've got 6 sides to it. So it is going to be folded in half, so when it's folded it does go flat. I'm just looking at my other one that I did earlier, that I'm hoping that, oh, no, 2 chains and then back into the same one because we're in a corner. I'm hoping that this is the same colourway, that all the yarn comes out the same. I'm hoping. It doesn't really matter because it's going to be the most colourful cardigan that I've done. I think chain 1 into the middle gap, 3, chain 1, then we're back into the last corner of this round, 3 double crochets, chain 2 and back into that same gap for your last 3, chain 1, back at the beginning of the round, and we're just going to take our first chain. I'm going to go into that top, slip stitch, chain 3 and turn. You don't have to turn. Did I turn? I don't think I did actually. So if you don't want to turn, I either chain 3 and then that would be the end of my last cluster, and then jump over to the next gap. So this round you've got two gaps to put the granny cluster into. Then you chain 1 and then you into your corner space, which is your 3 doubles, 2 chain 3 doubles, chain 1, 2 clusters of 3 and then into the corner, and same again all the way around, and I'll meet you back at the beginning or the end. So I've come right round this round. It's starting to change into the reddy colour, and then that would be your last chain. That would have been your first chain, so you just add on to that and just slip stitch into there. So that would be if you wanted to join it like that. You could also slip stitch into the next gap, or I'm just going to, now I've made that, I can slip stitch into there and just add my clusters of 3 there and carry on, chain 1. So on this round I have 1, 2, 3 gaps and then the corners, and that's the way that you will be going, or that's the way I will be going for the next. Let me just show you. So we're on to a corner there. I'm just going to move that out of the way. Here's the one I made earlier. So that's the corner, and then that's where I've made it so that's the width from your shoulder to your armpit, and I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 rounds, and this is about up to a size 18. So the smaller that you are, so 18, I don't know what it is in America. This is UK. So I'll be doing 15 rounds and then I will meet you back. But obviously if you wanted a smaller one, you could do it usually about 12, because you still want them big and comfortable. So you could measure your shoulder to your armpit there, but even on mine, I'm a size 10, I would still do maybe 12 rows, but I'm going to do 15. So I will meet you back when we've both done 15. But this is how it changes the colour. So pretty and vibrant. And it just reminds me of Tutti Frutti. Just look at these colours. Absolutely stunning. Stunning, stunning. So I just wanted to show you the I'll count the rows as well in a sec. Just how pretty this yarn is. Then I'm going to join up at the beginning of the row with a slip knot. So because it's not flat, that's what I wanted to show. So it's not flat, it's got the kinks in it, but only because when you fold that to that and that to that and that to that, then flip it, that'll be, so if you're doing a kids one, you could stop now and then just start to join in. And then obviously you're going to make 2 of these and then join them at the back. I'll show you that as we get further on. So that is 15 rounds. So I'm going to cut this off, fasten it up, and this is one side. So what I want to do is bring, so when you're doing the bringing it together, you want to bring the armholes closed, and this is keeping it inside out. Now I'm going to go across the top of the sleeve and the shoulder to bring that together, and that's one part being brought together. I'm going to go from that end, shoulder end, to this end. This is the sleeve, and I'm going to do so many rows around the sleeve as well. So I'll show you that now. See if I can move this down. Let me have a look. So I'm doing the back. Yeah. So I'm going to start from the inside. Join on just by making a loop. Bring the 2 corners together. And I'm just going to crochet in between the tops of my V's. And all the way along, I'm just going to pick up the V from one side and pick up the V from the other. So joining right across the shoulder to the end of the sleeve. And by joining through both the tops of your stitches. So the V there in the yellow, you're just going through the top of them and the top of that one. That makes sure it's a nice secure join. And it's one side straight over to the opposite side. All the way down. All the way down to your sleeve edge. So I'll meet you back at there. Just coming down to the sleeve edge now. I'm just going to chain and add on 5 rows around the sleeve, and all I'm doing is putting the chain 1, and then going to every gap in between, as you do with your granny. Going in there and doing your 3 double crochet granny cluster, chain 1. So we're going round for 5 in there, 5 rounds, to bring your sleeve down a little while. So that's what we have. And that's it with the 5 rows on. And then I'm going to make a nice big cuff as well. So that's it. So once I've done that, I'll meet you back at the other end, and we'll put some strips in for the back. So the next part is adding on to your back seam. So the back comes down across the bottom, around and back up. So we do that twice to this one. So this is just the basic one, and we've added on our sleeves to make it the same. And then I'm going to add on big cuffs. So now we're going to do the back seam, down and across and back again to fill that in. So that's 4. Okay, so I've done that, crocheted down the back seams, so that's nice and wide now. Be able to crochet them together. So all I'm going to do is face them, flip that over to that side, and then I'm just going to crochet them together just from there to there, and then stop, and then I'll be just adding on a little bit to the bottom just to get it to the length I wanted to. I've done 5 rows on the sleeve, so I think I'll do another 3 or 4 rows. We shall see, and I'll measure it. I think, because I'm going to be doing the ribbon around here and around the bottom and the sleeves, that I'm not going to add another row. So the back, that's how it's joined up, and see the extra bits we put on was to cover the back between the shoulders, around the back of the neck. So I think I'm quite happy with that, so I'm going to carry on now and do the ribbon and the cuffs. Still with your work inside out, so I've got this on my knee now, and we're going to start at the back of the collar, just in one of the corners, to make sure you can still see this. Maybe start at this corner. The only thing is with this, you can see with all the different colours. Right, so just put my slip knot in, going to just go into that gap of the first. Oh, you can see, I can't make it out. Let me try again. I'm going to go into that edge, and I'm just going to do a let me think, double crochet into nearly every edge, so I don't want them too many, so I'll miss that one, I'll hit that one, I'll just go underneath. I'll go into there, into the next bit. So we're just going to double crochet into the gaps at the edges on the way around if you can. Some of it's going to be quite difficult. And with this we'll be going all the way around the neck, all the way around down the sides and across the bottom, and then back up the other side, so it's like a one big round. We're going to make like a ribbed effect. I'm going to leave the ends out as well because I'll sew them in later, but sometimes if I was using the same colour thread yarn I would have just crocheted over the edges, but the ends. So that's all I'm going to be doing, is double crochet as much as I can get in, but not too many because we don't want it to be beveled, ruffled. So I will go around once and it'll bring me right back to this point. I'll meet you back there. Here we are, back round at the beginning of the round. Just got to do the last couple of double crochets and then we're going to meet up. Stick one in there, I think, and then we're back into that first one. Slip stitch into the top of there, so that's our first round, and then we're going to chain 2. Now for this rib stitch, it's I can't think of what the word is that I want to say. Front loop, front post and back post. So yarn over, go around from the back to the front, pull back through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 1. That's for your first one. And then on your second one it's yarn over and then you go through the back of the next stitch, if that makes sense. So it's yarn over through the front of the post and then yarn over through the back of the post, yarn over through the front of the post and yarn over through the back of the post. Hope you can see that. So I'm going to do about 5, 6. I'm going to do 6 rows because I want a nice, on this I want a nice thick ribbon and the cuffs as well. I want nice big cuffs, but we'll do them next. So we'll do 6 rows like this. If you have any problems, you can just pop me a message below and I can try and help you out the best that I can. I'm still trying to get to the hang of doing videos and explaining myself properly, but I'm getting there, getting more confident. And it's because of the nice different colours, just looks so lovely. I'm in love with this yarn. I'm gonna have to order some more. I got it off Amazon, by the way. Okay, so I'm going to do a few rounds because there's not much to see. Okay. This is your ribbon going all the way around now. So we're going to look at the sleeves next. I'll be making a cuff separate. This is the cuff that I've already made. So we'll be aiming to make one exactly the same as this. To begin with making the cuff, we're going to chain 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Just move this a little bit. And for this ribbon here on the cuff, we're going to be half double crochet, so 2 from the, not that one, half double crochet into the third one from the hook, so that'll be 18 stitches. I'm going to have 2 different colour cuffs, so you could manipulate your wool or pick up the other ball. I think I've used five of them skeins. I've opened the other one because I wanted to make 2 different colours. Just stay with me till I do the end of this, and then we're going to do 20 rows going that way, and we're chaining 2, we're turning, and we're half double crochet in the back loop only. So see if you've got the V going into the backs only of them, not where we would normally go through there, going through there. So miss that one because that belongs to that end one. And what I like to do is I'll go into the back loop only on all of the stitches apart from the very last one, and I'll just go through the first, like the full stitch, so it gives you a nice edging. Oops. So we're at the end and I'm going to go into that very last chain there. Stitch, even the chain 2, turn, miss that first one, and we're going into the second one along. So it just gives it a nice edge. Okay, so we want to do 20 rows for your cuff. It's going all the way around, and I want it quite long as well. So that's 20 rows. I'm just going to bring the cuff around and join it together. So I'm joining it at this end because I want all the threads at this end. Just going to pick up from either side. In fact, I've done the other with the darning needle. One sec. So just bring them to over stitch it. Make sure that's closed. That's that. We'll put that to one side while we get our sleeve ready. Just going to knot that together. Just pop that on the side. Now then, I want to get maybe the other one. No, we're all yellow, and it was all yellow. Sorry. No, we're not. I want to take the red side. Sorry about that. I want to take the red side because the sleeve's red, and I want to be inside out. I want to lift you up, give us some. Right, turn your sleeve inside out. See how it's far too big. So just pop a knot on there. So this wants to be there on the end. So to gather this in, I'm just going to join on. There we go, and bring out my threads out my way, and I'm going to double crochet two together, not double crochet, single crochet two together all the way around. So this will just cinch it up a little bit. I'm going to do this for this row, and the next row I'm going to single crochet one and then one together. So at the minute we're just going to single crochet two together, single crochet two together, and we're nearly at the end of our cardigan. I'm going to put some buttons on this one though, I think. So the single half, so do as if we're going to do a single crochet, but stop and then go into the next one, pull up and then pull through the two. that's how you do a decrease, single crochet decrease. Because I haven't pulled it out of the middle, it's getting tangled. Don't do it. Single together. And you have all this now, all the bulk of your cardigan to swing around. Single crochet, last couple, and then we're back to the beginning. So I'm just going to slip into the first single crochet, chain one, and on this row round is going to be one single crochet and two together, one single crochet and two together, one single crochet and two together, one and two, one and two, one and two. Oh, it's gone on my toe. One and two, should be nearly at the end here. One and what I do, yeah, the last two together, slip stitch into the first, pull through. I'm going to cut that off, fasten it off. Now this is the tricky bit. So we've got your sleeve now, which is a lot smaller. We're all still inside out, which is good. Take my needle out my mouth so you can hear me. And I'm going to, I've got one edge there, and then that's my halfway point. So I'm going to put this, that side is my other halfway point. And just fasten that on. Oh, you good pinny, be sensible. And then this is half of the sleeve and this is half of the cuff. So I'll just quickly put a little tack there. And then this is the end. which I want to sew it properly into with the red, and then we'll just pop that in there, and I'm going to just sew it around now, edge to edge, and it shouldn't be too bad for gathering up because we've decreased the sleeve edge so it'll fit onto the cuff better. Make sure you don't go through the two parts of the cuff. Take that back out. So I don't want the yellow cotton, I don't want the yellow yarn shown on this, I only want red. So all we're going to do is make sure that we've got a good fastening in on the edge of the cuff and the sleeve. Going to flip, keep the yellow out of the way. Hopefully we'll have enough to get us down this edge. I'm just going to lift that so I can see the edge of the cuff. Put my finger there. Let's see. And that is all I'm going to do, is just sew this on. I'm going to have to get another bit of thread for that last, oh no, not, there's a bit. So yeah, if you try and leave ends when you're ending up, you know, when you're finishing your sleeve or your cuff, if you just leave a little bit of extra yarn on the ends, then you'll always have a little bit attached. That side. Some of these stitches are a little bit loose, so I'm just going to pick up a loop from underneath them, because we don't want your cuff to have big gaps in it, but you can always go around and sew them again once you get it all together. You can actually see. I'm just going to do another little knot. I do like all my little knots, and that is it. So all we're going to do now is go around and sew all my ends in, and I'll meet you back when I've done that.